I think it's been just a phenomenal experience, for the students from both campuses, the Guangzhou campus where I am obviously based, but the students who've come from Preston. I think they'll go home with a lifetime full of memories and hopefully a lifetime full of friendships and contacts. I think for me, seeing them working together, going out on stories, and so the local students helping them in terms of interpreting and translating, helping them get around the city, but also the resourcefulness of the UK-based students. I think only one of them had a brief holiday in Thailand. Apart from that, no one had been to Asia. And from day one, they hit the ground running. 9 days sounds like a lot, but it's gone like that. And also to see them putting into practice, obviously the courses we teach here and the courses taught back at base, very practical. We're aiming to produce journalists for the future, and they have done proper reporting. An event like the Rugby Sevens, where they were filing copy on the whistle, sending stories. It was just great to see, and working as a team. So who's going to do that one? I'll go get the quotes. James out getting the pictures in weather that was biblical in its awfulness. The sky was black at 2:30, but they were still out there, still performing, got soaking wet, but never stopped. We've covered the ping pong. We've had people going to Mission Hills golf course. The soccer school. I mean, they'll never experience something like that again in their life. It's the world's biggest soccer school. It's Real Madrid. It's China's champions. So. But even down to last night, where we did the boat trip, and after it, the Chinese students arranged for KTV, and they went together, they got together, they had fun together, and just speaking to them today and hearing how much fun they'd had, and seeing them doing high fives when they're meeting this morning, it's been fantastic.
Just a few words about your normal routine work here. What exactly do you do? What do you teach?
Yeah, so I'm the, if you like, in-country coordinator for the International Journalism Programme, which is obviously run back at base as well. And I teach a first year and a second year cohort, and it's very much focused on producing international journalists for the future. So I've been teaching here since 2005 for UCLan. I was 2 years earlier working for Guangzhou, our partner institution. And it's very much, the key thing I think is trying to prepare them as much as I can for when they get to Preston for year 3. And the nice thing is increasingly, for example, in the second year class this year, we have a Romanian, we have a French student, Scottish, English, Spanish, so it's a truly international journalism course. But the benefit of an event like the Hot Pot visit is that the students then know people when they get to Preston. There's a link, and they feel part of Preston. They feel very much part of the UCLan. It sounds corny, but I guess the UCLan family. They don't feel remote. They don't feel distant. So I very much teach the practical modules. I always tell my students that when I first meet them, I'm not a teacher. I'm a journalist. And so I'm very focused on the practical modules. So we teach the basics of news reporting, news writing, in the second year onto specialist reporting, feature writing. I know based on this trip already I've had a number of the first year students saying, I want to do sport as my specialist in second year, and obviously as a sports journalist myself, that will be great. So it's a rich and varied life, but it's been really good because increasingly the students are coming back from Preston and getting jobs in the media here in China, which is the ultimate reward, I think.
Outside the university, you're very active, aren't you, in the media world?
Yes. And I think again, this is a lesson that the students have learned on this trip, that China is a real land of opportunity. We know that it can be tough to get jobs in the UK now, but I've got a radio show here that I've done for about 9 years. For the past 18, 19 months, I've had a TV show here, which it has been great for me on a personal and professional level, because I can then use those shows in my classes when I talk, because I'm not just teaching, I'm a newspaper man back home, but we're trying to teach the basics of broadcasting again to prepare them for all the different aspects of the media. So yeah, I have a lot of fun out here, and it helps with an event like this, because when you've been in a place for 10 years, again, I know it's the same back at base, one of the things we talk about people is make contacts, and it's preparing for a trip like this that those contacts come to fruition, and it's because of the contacts we build up over that period of time and through my media connections that we're able to set up some of the things we've managed to do this past 10 days.
How popular is UCLan's course here with the Chinese students?
Do you know, because this is a second hot pot experience, and we learned lessons last year, and there is no doubt improvements have been made this year, and I think that's another key lesson that we say to students is you always try to make the next one better. I don't know how we're going to top this, by the way, but we'll have a go. But so the interesting thing was we got quite a lot of good local media coverage last year, and suddenly out of the blue, normally we recruit 20 students, but this year we had 31. And I don't know whether it was cause and effect, but there's no doubt there is a buzz about the UCLan courses here. Not just, because before the journalism student visit, we had the business students visit. And within International College, they have partners all around the world, different universities. But no one does things like this. And the other students kind of look a little enviously and think, why doesn't our university have these sort of programs? Because they then speak to the UCLan students and say, wow, it's amazing. We went to the rugby, we went to Real Madrid, we went to, and they're coming back with these stories. And it can only, help enhance the student experience, but also enhance, what we do here for UCLan.